Warriors Unite! Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Hello, my friends. Hello, Warriors. How we doing? I'm still on vacation, but come back soon. Be able to kind of do some more. I wanted to do one more before vacation ends, and I wanted to kind of reach out to you guys to kind of see how we're doing. I see a lot of great comments talking about streaks that are going on. Keep doing them, my friends. Keep going back to it. Never give up. That's going to be a topic for our thing. I haven't had a chance to go back and look at shout outs, so I'll pass on them today. But the next time we'll go back to them. All right. Topic is from Robert Stinson. Robert, thank you, my friend. What is the use of turning back? So let's talk about that a little bit. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for all the comments, donations. I appreciate everything. Keep strong. Keep that 1%. Keep being that masculine male under God's purposes and continue to conquest. That's the key, my friend. Conquest yourself and everything around you. All right, so at the 1 minute mark, let's talk about this a little bit. So Robert had a great comment here about once you start this whole process, you cannot go back. And the reason you can't go back is because you've established yourself to what is right for you. You feel it. As a masculine male, you know when you should be in a dominant mode. You should be protecting, you should be providing, and you should be dominating things around you. The Lord said you have dominion over things around you. That doesn't mean you're abusing things. It doesn't mean you're taking advantage of people. But you are the person in charge. But first you have to think about in charge of yourself. That's the key. And once you're on this purpose, you understand what it means to be in charge of yourself. And that, friends warriors, is the key. Once you know that you have to have some level of self-control, now this permeates through everything else you do. I don't care if you're at home, miles away, temptation always hits. Whether it's great-looking women that are walking by you, the temptation's there. Whether it's people trying to push things on you like, have this drug, have this drink, have this, do this unethical thing. These are self-control tests that you have to go through. And the key is going to be how well you react to those things. But the first step, once you're in line with God, is basically saying, God, I'm going to keep everything you gave me. I'm going to keep all the energy within me. And now I'm going to transmute it up. And I'm going to continue to getting stronger and stronger as a male. I'm not going to release my energy. I'm certainly not going to watch pictures. And I'm certainly not going to sleep with women every night of the week. In fact, I probably will end up finding one person. And if that person and I work together well, and it helps achieve my goals, that's a person I may end up marrying. But at the least, I have one person, and I'm not going ahead and, sleeping with several types of people and losing energy all the time for no purpose. Obviously, the purpose God has intended for us to have is to procreate. Now, beyond that, it's not supposed to be used for a pleasurable type of situation. This is what happened to all these different types of dynasties. They fell apart from within. Too many lascivious, too many deviant behaviors. It happened over and over again. And life is no different now than it was thousands of years ago. Yes, technology might be different. Things are different. Even that may be. I mean, you ever wonder how the pyramids got built? I mean, you're telling me people were moving ropes and 2-ton things and cutting stone like they did? I would imagine there's probably technology you wouldn't even know about that was used back then. But the thing is this. The thing is, you have to, no matter what's around you, you have to control yourself. And once you learn that this is how important and potent and powerful this is, you're never going to go back. You may release. I'm not saying, it took me many, many years to figure this out. But once you understand, you commit to it, there's no turning back. There's no turning back when you're in semen retention, because you understand the benefits of this. The benefits are numerous. We can go through all of them again. Obviously, you have more clarity. You have higher energy. You're transmuting, so you have better health. You're feeling better. All these things. I saw a great thing talking about how when you have that sexual energy and you transmute it, that it's healthy for you. All these things are healthy for you because you have blood circulating throughout your body. And no matter how old you are, this is something that's going to help you overcome things in your life. And so obviously, being sick is not something that happens. I've missed a day in work, I don't know, in many, many years. Yes, I've had colds, I've had congestion at times. But the bottom line is that even when you get those type of things, you're able to overcome them very quickly because of the retention, because you're keeping stuff in your body that's going to fight it. It's almost like being drained, and all of a sudden you're hit with diseases. You're not gonna be able to respond to that quickly because you're fighting that disease too much. And the whole idea is that you want to keep your energy, keep all your resources and everything within you. And of course, attraction is another one of those benefits. Now, I'm not just talking about female attraction. You're going to have female attraction to the point where females will be looking at you, like staring at you, because you look so attractive because of the aura and the confidence level, the build you have, all these physical attributes. You're going to look different than 99% of the men out there. Now, because of that, the women will watch you more. You have to make sure you have a level of self-control when it comes to all this. But not only women, it's opportunities. Males in business situations, they know you have that charisma. You have that personality. You're going to draw more attention to you because you're learning how to control yourself and all the energy within you. And now that energy is showing other people that you have that magnetism. And when it comes to selling things, products and advertisements, who wouldn't want somebody who has that kind of charisma, who draws people to them? And you look at all the famous people, you could see they did a lot of retention. You could just see it in history. You look at people like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. I'll bet you if you go back and look and they really talked about it, which they probably didn't, they probably had a lot of celibacy and retention over the years. Even people like Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, all these people, Mike Tyson, you look at this, and all through it, Martin Luther King, all these things. I mean, yes, they struggled with different temptations, as we all do, and they probably suffered from that when they released, just like we do too. I mean, the story of life is no different than it was thousands of years ago for men. Men have to learn how to control themselves. If they learn how to control themselves, they control everything around them. But they got to first learn how to control yourself, and this is why when you learn about this, you can never turn back. You can never turn back to the way you were because you see the difference. You know what's right. And so Robert makes a good point here. You know what's right. You know it's important to control yourself. Then you can start controlling your diet, your workouts. Now you can control the things that you usually get stressed out about. You control all those little activities around you because of one thing. You've learned how to control the powerful force that's in you. And don't ever think you don't have a powerful force in you. Now, sometimes you may take it for granted, but just always remember that this force you have inside you can help create a child. It's a stimulus to get that child born. Your sperm hits that egg and explodes. The whole idea, my friends, is the fact that you have a powerful enough force within you to start that process. And if you know that, that means then you're going to be strong enough if they keep that energy inside of you, to move mountains, to do anything. You just have to understand that you have this inside of you, and just don't let it waste away because you have a short-term pleasure here and there, or something's tempting you, trying to suck that energy from you. We've talked about that for the last year and a half, right? Almost 2 years now, more than 2 years. I think we've been on a year for 2 years. Energy suckers, vampire suckers. I don't talk about them very much anymore, but those are the people around you that's actually sucking that energy from you. And you have to make sure you keep those people in your life that are not just going to suck your energy. And that's why you can never go back. But you understand this. Now, it's just not physical either. It's emotional. When you see people who are trying to be negative nannies, people who are going to bring you down, discourage you, get away from those people. Find people that are going to encourage you. Don't suck that energy from you. Because the key, my friends, is to keep your energy level to a certain height, physically, spiritually, intellectually, emotionally. And those things then continue moving on for you to become stronger and stronger. It's almost like that dam that's going to burst because the water is getting larger and larger and larger. And what's going to happen is that thing is going to explode because you can't hold it anymore. The dam cannot hold it. It's breaking through. And that's what happens when you have that much power. Now, as you get older, obviously, it's harder to build testosterone. And you're losing a little bit as time goes on. So you have to build it. So there's lots of things that I do to continue building that testosterone. The foods you eat, obviously. The exercises you do, is lots of exercises you can do. But you got to keep that energy, but you got to transmute it when it comes into play. That's the key. Don't be ashamed that that's coming into play. Because all men are attractive to women. There's no doubt. Now, if you don't have that, then you got to start thinking about maybe there's an issue there. I don't know. I'm not going to judge anybody in the audience. But if you have that energy, transmute it. Learn how to transmute it into things you're doing. Exercising. Like right now, I'm going to go and work and walk some more. I try to get over the vacation I've had here. The Warriors, we've had 25,000 steps a day, something like that. So I'm moving along, trying to make sure I don't have too much of this bad food. You know, vacation food, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of sugars and sweets and cakes and things like this. You got to keep working at it and keep battling to make sure that you're always keeping yourself disciplined as much as possible. And say no. And also, you know, the physical, psychological, intellectual, spiritual. Be consistent. But the key starts, my friends, with retention. When you start retention and you commit to it, there's no turning back. You may fall back once in a while, but you're always going to come back and try again. Don't ever give up, because this works. This is shown works. All the people that are talking, responding back to the videos, talking online, other videos, you guys know it works. You've seen it work. It works many different ways. So the question is not, does it work? The question will I be committed? And once you start this and you're committed, you're never going to turn back. You may fall off once in a while, but you're going to keep back on it. And that's the key. Never give up, warriors. You are a masculine, high-value male, and that's why you're a warrior, and the warrior will continue to shine over and over again. The warriors are always strong. They are protective. They provide, and they are dominant. And you are a dominant person when it comes to that. Never forget that. And continue to carry on, as I always say. Carry on, battle on, because it's important to keep this fight going every day for the rest of your life. Because they're gonna try to come back at you many different ways, even when you're not even noticing it. The evil one may sneak in and try to tempt you. But never give up, and always remember, keep your energy for purposes you want to have. And that's the key. All right, Robert, thank you for that comment. Once again, guys, always a pleasure to talk to the Warriors. I hope you guys are doing well. I'll be back for vacation soon, and we'll get to kind of going back and doing these. I know I start work in earnest and next week already, so I'm going to be back over the weekend. All right, my friends, 2 things I always leave you with. 1, every day is a new day to a great warrior. And number 2, guys, never forget to battle